been meaning to do this. I've been meaning to do this for a while now. And so far, the last couple times I did it, it was in the car because I had my family with me. But I think today is about time that I do it on the bike. And I gotta be honest, I don't know what the speed limit is here. I'm assuming 55. I know speed limits are a sensitive thing. My intention is to go down the Kettle Moraine Scenic Drive, so we'll get to see a little bit of that. But there's a couple of things that we can talk about, or I can talk about in a monologue sort of thing, and you can listen. Hello! So, see this here? There's a dashed line on my side and a solid line on the opposing lane side. Oops. And then at this point it alternates. This is a mystical, magical region, and I know that not everybody's really going to understand what the lines here are all about. You see, when there's a solid yellow line to your left, that means that you're not allowed to cross into that oncoming lane. When there's a broken yellow line to your left, it means that it's safe to cross in. Well, I say this with reservation. It means that when it's safe to cross into that oncoming lane, you may do so to pass someone. When there's a double yellow line, like there is right now, it means that it is not safe under any circumstances to try to pass somebody. Now, your driver's manual in your state, they might refer to this as a passing zone. It's really, really important that you understand how a passing zone works. And the reason I bring it up is somebody on a group that I'm in on Facebook they posted up, hey, I saw a motorcycle who was passing people across the double yellows and exceeding the speed limit, etc. and just generally being unsafe and giving the rest of us respectable riders a bad name. And there were a myriad of opinions, of course, as there are in any group. But a couple of them kind of stuck out at me. One of them, the comment was, who cares? As long as they're doing it safely, what's the problem? And I take issue with that, because the engineers, the civil engineers, the Department of Transportation, the highway people, whatever, all these people who build roads, there's a lot of brains that go into that. So when they paint a double yellow line, that's them basically saying, hey, we've done the research, and this particular area, we don't feel that it's safe under any circumstances for anybody from any lane to be trying to pass, to be trying to passing, or to try to pass. I can use words, I promise. And then they put the passing zones in because that's where they've studied and feel safe that it's okay to let people pass there. And the second thing about the safety comment is, if you're exceeding the speed limit and trying to make a lane change and trying to pass somebody who's going the speed limit, that's also inherently unsafe. The most dangerous thing about that, it's not the speed itself. I'll argue that till I'm blue in the face. It's the speed delta, first of all. And second of all, it's the changing of lanes. Okay? Anytime you move from one lane to another, that's dangerous. So, in the case of the original post where the guy was saying, hey, listen, stop riding your bike like a jerk and giving the rest of us a bad name, he had every right and every reason to do that. So I support the fact that he posted it up there. Interesting little tangent topic there. I was actually speaking to a police officer the other day, and I made the comment of, or he made the comment of, he pulls people over for speeding because speeding is dangerous and he's seen too many speed-related accidents resulting in injuries or deaths. And okay, I give him that. He's right. But it's not the speed that killed, it's the speed delta. The difference in speed. If you're doing 45 and a 65, you're creating a traffic hazard that someone has to go around you. You're creating a scenario that could be potentially dangerous for others. If you're doing 65 and everyone else is doing 45, the same holds true. So it's not the speed that kills, it's the speed delta. How fast are you going relative to everyone else? Man, there's a lot of people out here today, huh? I want to follow these guys. I'm going to see what's going on. So that's my little commentary about the double yellow lines and about trying to keep people from, you know, using them improperly. And I don't even know if I'm on the Kettle Moraine Scenic Drive right now because I just decided to randomly follow some of their motorcycles. And I'm not even really following them because they're doing like 55 and a 35. It's kind of like one of those, where's the cop when you need them? I'm not saying they're wrong, they're just having fun. But the second I go any faster than 50 is the second the cop magically appears and gives me a ticket. That's just my luck. And you say, oh no, that's not right. That's the wrong attitude to have. It's not. Cops magically show up when I do something wrong. Or when they think I do something wrong. But when other people are clearly doing things wrong, they're nowhere to be found. Here's another legitimate topic that we could quickly talk about. There are a lot of places in Wisconsin where the speed limit goes from 55 to 35 or 35 to 55. There's also a speed minimum in Wisconsin, I found out. The speed minimum is 45 in areas where, like on the freeway, but in areas where the speed limit's like 55, there's a speed minimum of 45. So here's my question. I'm going to put this out to the internets. If the speed limit was 35 and the police officer says that you can't go 55 until you pass the 55 mile an hour sign, that means you're entering a 55 mile an hour zone at 35 miles an hour where the speed minimum is 45. So technically you're still breaking the law. So where's the transition period? Like, when is it okay to sort of jump the gun, as they say, to begin speeding up to 55? That way you're not entering that 45 minimum zone at less than 45. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And perhaps I'm overanalyzing it. Maybe I'm thinking way too logically about it. In reality, it's a transition period for everybody. I get it. But seriously, it's kind of stupid to tell somebody, oh, you jumped the gun going into that 55. I'm going to write you a ticket because you were doing 60. Hi, dog. Black squirrel. I don't see as many of the black squirrels up here as I do the red ones. The red ones are jerks. They're mean and noisy. The black ones are just like, yo, I'm trying to cross the road here, man. Sorry to be in your way. The red ones will like throw shit at you. Drop little acorn husks. Little shells, they'll drop them on your head when you're sitting on the back deck. So we've talked about the double yellow lines, we've talked about the speed minimums and speed transitions. It really drives me nuts. It's 35 to 55. That's a huge gap. That's a huge difference in speed in all of about a quarter mile. Not even that. So if you're ever coming up through Mukwonago on 83 North and you're coming out of that 35 mile an hour zone, just be aware that the cops like to hide behind the bushes about, I want to say, a half mile up from the last 35-mile-an-hour sign. So they'll ping you right as you're trying to speed up to get into the 55. Oh, you were speeding! Okay, give me the ticket and let me go. Well, I don't think this is the Kettle Moraine Scenic Drive, but it is a rustic road, which is kind of cool. I think it's neat that Wisconsin does that. I don't know that Virginia or Connecticut do it, where they have certain routes that are designated as rustic routes, and if you ride so many of them, you turn the proof in, and then you get like a little patch. You know, for those riders who like to have a merit badge, something or other. If you're into that kind of thing. I have a collection of patches myself, I just don't wear them. First, because I don't really like vests. I'm not really a vest kind of person. And secondly, I know it's kind of crappy and it's going to get people all excited. But after that whole biker nonsense in Texas, I don't want to be labeled or affiliated with any sort of potential problems. So I don't want to be, I ride solo a lot. I don't ride with a group a whole lot. And I really don't want to be singled out by wearing a vest on my own. If I'm in a group and wearing a vest, that's different. That I'm okay with. Hey look, Route 115. Next 3 miles. I'm probably going to screw it up. There's a turn over here, somewhere up here, that I've messed up on last time because the signage is wrong. But anyway, I did think about making like a Girl Scout sash, like something similar to what Lieutenant Worf wore on Star Trek. Something like that, like a little sash that I could put my merit badges on, because I think that would be sweet. That's a cool house. Why the hell are these back roads 35, man? It should be at least 45. Oh, it's 45 there. See, that's the transition that should happen. You go from 15 in a turn, because that makes sense. You enter a 35 zone. Okay, it's acceptable. And then it turns to 45. And then if it turned to 55 later, that would make a lot more sense. That way people have more of an opportunity to transition to the posted speed. But setting up a speed trap at a 35 to 55 transition, that's just shitty. I don't know. Was that the way I was supposed to go? I have no idea. Yeah! That's an interesting way to use completely unrelated imagery. Dude had a Punisher skull sticker in his back window, but it was yellow and it had the "Don't Tread on Me" snake on it. I bet he's vigilante as hell. I bet he's got like a basement full of AR-15s. And he goes down there and faps. Hey look, end Rustic Road. I made the right turns. Sweet. This is the end of 115. That's one down officially. I have no idea where I am. I don't want to ride with the sun in my eyes, so I'm going to turn right. Oh, look at that, another rustic road. Let's do it. I have no idea where I am or where I'm going to end up, but it's okay. I think it's over here. It did say an arrow. Gonna buzz the rich people's houses, huh? Is that what we're doing? They got their half-mile long driveways into the woods, and then their 4,000 square foot mansions with a 2,000 square foot auxiliary barn. It's awesome. I'm sure they worked really hard to get that too, and it wasn't passed down to the family at all. Probably a little bit of both, actually. That little boy was covering his ears. I'm not even revving it up, dude. But I understand. My kid does the same. So, it's been about 3 weeks since I've uploaded a video for a couple of reasons. A, we were in Pennsylvania at the sister-in-law's wedding. A really nice celebration. Really nice wedding. Good people. Good times. We had a lot of fun. And then we came back and I spent a week being tired because that's what happens. And I also discovered that my camera was malfunctioning. I don't want to say it was broken, but it just wasn't working right. I think I discovered that it was the battery. Like somehow the original battery just wouldn't hold a charge. So I've got a couple of backups that I'm using now. Why? What is this? Stop and then stop again? Is that what that means? I don't want to do that. It just seems silly to have a stop sign 10 feet away from a previous stop sign. That guy's clearly not doing the speed limit. Where's the cop when you need him? I'm gonna do a whole video. I think that's gonna be my new catchphrase, and I'm gonna do a whole video one day of where's the cop when you need him. I don't know where I am, but this is cool. And now the sun's gonna be in my eyes. That I will bitch about. Hey look, I could pass if I wanted to because I have the broken yellow line on my side. However, the clincher on that one is you're not supposed to exceed the speed limit to execute a passing maneuver on a road like this when you have the line the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to exceed the speed limit. So if the car in front of you is doing 43, or in this case 53, and the speed limit is 55, it's probably not safe to make that pass. Because in order to pass them quick enough, you have to be doing like 60. If you try to maintain the speed limit and pass them, it's going to take you an extra amount of time because of the speed delta. So you're in the oncoming lane for much longer. So anyway, if I can get this video edited tonight, I'll post it up in the group. And I'll let those people who are having a field day on that thread, I'll let them have a field day on my video. Because I do rant about a couple of things, or I have ranted about a couple of things today. What to do with the lines in between. Oh, here's one. Single dotted yellow line. A single broken yellow line. That indicates that either lane can make a passing maneuver. Why waste the paint? Why waste the paint on two lines when one will do? That's the DOT being smart with your tax dollars. So let's think about this. Why wouldn't it be safe right now to make a pass? Well, you've got a lot of in and out on either side. You got a couple of curves. You have a blind curve here. A sharp blind curve with driveways behind it. Yeah, things like that. That's why it's not safe to pass when there's a double yellow line. I don't know, the guy who made the comment about, well, if they're doing it safely, then what's the problem? That kind of stuff really bothers me, because it's like, you don't understand safety if you're making that comment. You don't understand what it means to be safe on the road if you make that kind of comment. What does that sign say? Oh, D. I could ride the D. Man, I love that joke. Yeah, look at that. It's the D. But I'm not going to ride the D today. Hey, it's Piper Road. That actually goes back to where I want to be anyway. I bet Piper Road's really fun to ride too. Chipmunk! That was a little chipmunk running across the road with his tail stuck up in the air. There it is! Oh, slow down! There we go. Okay. It's 25? That's lame. I should have gone down X. Freaking 25. What is that nonsense? There's like nothing out here to go 25 for. 25 is typically reserved for residential areas. We don't want people to be flying through here because it's noisy. It will disturb us. Okay, so I have to go 25 uphill on a bike, which makes it even louder for you. How do you like that? Fucking rock. Holy shit. It's bouncing me all over the place. Glad that wasn't in a turn. I'd have wrecked. Hopefully my tire's okay. Hello. It's kind of a cool house. Oh joy, where do I go? Not that way. Okay. Whatever you say. Look at that. Look at that. Yep, nobody represents the working rural farmer man quite like Trump. The man who's probably never planted anything in his life. Besides his seed in, what, 3 different women at least? Is that sexist to say? I don't know. It's true. Fucking sun, dude. Holy shit. Rustic Road? Oh, Rustic Road. This is that turn I always miss when I'm coming from the other way. You gotta go that way and that takes you back out to where I was. Waterville. I'll do that one next time. I've already got one down in this video. Hooray! That is a sweet house. I love it. Gorgeous. I see gravel. Oh, there's a stop sign. And Rustic Road. This is 59 at Piper. And I'm going home now. I guess that's a good place to cut the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I ranted quite a bit. I'm sure some people will enjoy it, some people will probably not, but whatever. Can't make everybody happy. Have a good one. Fear the beard, all that kind of good stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye. There you go. All right. Oh, I want to go that way now so I can be cool like those guys. Oh, they're just getting gas. Whatever, man. I thought I was going to have some fun.